Hey everyone, I am Amanda from Mandy Lynn Plans. Welcome back to my channel for my Hobonichi Avec complete flip through. I used this from the very beginning of January to the very end of June, and I'm very excited to get in and show you exactly what I did throughout this past 6 months. So starting with the cover, the only thing that I did to decorate was put this vinyl sticker that came in one of my boho berry boxes, and I just love that quote. I didn't really have any other decorations or anything on this at all. So you might be able to tell that the notebook that I had in with my cover kind of rubbed off a little bit, and that doesn't really bother me too much. So then just flipping through, here I have birthdays and anniversaries covered here in these little transparent squares. These are from Planner Kate. And that just helps me know whenever birthdays and anniversaries are. So I refer back to this. And I also referred back to my school schedule. So this was the second half of the year. And I did not actually end up filling out this one because I did that in my June to December, or excuse me, my July to December Avec. And then here at the bottom, I just have birthdays. And then the first monthly spread is the December, and I did a pen only, and all of my spreads like this, my monthlies and my weeklies, I have Plan With Me's for. So if you're curious on how I did any of this, you can look up those videos on my channel. So this was a pen only using the Beauty by Starlet stencils. And then this was a Planner Kate kit. I was trying to remember. I think this was whenever she was still doing the B6 size, and I was trying to kind of make it work for the Hobonichi. I think that's what it is. It's either that or the A5, but I think it was the B6 still here. And I really liked that, but then I started making my own stickers so I wouldn't have to customize and X-Acto knife and all of that. So then from here out, for the rest of the monthlies, I was using my own stickers. And if you pay attention to the sidebar here, I do change how I did that. And in March, I didn't use my sidebar at all. And then I found something that worked for April, color coding, and then bills, and just kind of the really important things in the month. So that was working, and I did that for the rest of the months. And then I didn't do anything with July. I thought about doing a pen only, but I haven't, and I probably won't. I will just leave it plain. So then we go into the weeklies. And of course it does start here January 1st. I have a couple of my stickers here on these pages. This was a calendar that I made for myself, just trying to play around. And then a handwritten January there, but those are the only stickers on this weekly that are mine. The rest are Erin Condren and Planner Kate. And then after that, the rest of the weeklies are mine. So I do have complete month flip throughs if you are curious in seeing any of these in a little bit slower of a flip through, but I don't want this video to be super long. I do in detail kind of describe a little bit more. This spread is different. This is a pen only, I guess not pen only. I have some stickers and washi tape. So the stickers, the hand lettered stickers are mine, and then the washi tape is Erin Condren. And then this one is Paper Joy PH. But for the majority of the rest of the stickers that you will see are mine. And as I was saying, if you're wanting to see any more of this in detail, you can see the monthly flip throughs that I have. So I did a couple of pen only. This actually was a week that I was planning out in my Hobonichi weeks, and I confirmed that it is not the planner for me, and I definitely prefer my cousin. So here, just flipping through, this is March, and I was trying a couple of different things up here, but then decided to kind of stick with just the weather and water and not do a goal at the top. Playing around with different positions of habit trackers and sleep trackers. Another pen only spread. Sometimes I'm not consistent with my tracking Other times I do really well. This might be one of my favorites. This is using my Beauty by Starlit stencils with the mild liners and just a couple of stickers from the shop, and then mainly script stickers. And I just really, really love how visually appealing this is. And then flipping through, I think these were some of the last ones that I was doing color everywhere, kind of dispersed throughout. Again, just changing up my sidebar. Okay, yes, so this was the first week that I decided to put a specific color on a specific day. And visually, this is much more appealing to me than kind of the craziness of this. Now, I still really I love this kit. I love the colors, but this just is a little bit more relaxing for me to look at visually now as I'm flipping back through. And so I have continued that throughout the rest of the planner. This was a pen only. And then back to stickers here. Still keeping with the one color a day. And then this was the last week in June. So then we get right into my collections. Now, you're gonna notice that some of my collections are not filled out, and the ones that I did not fill out, I did not move to my new Avec. Part of being a planner and having the freedom to kind of change things up. I love the way that collections work and the bullet journal system, because it's so customizable. You can change it. I mean, if it doesn't work for you, just because it's working for everybody else doesn't mean that it has to work for you, and doesn't mean that you need to try it for you. I never really made 2019 goals, and that could just be like a really bad thing. I don't know. I never got around to it. I have been doing the things that in my mind I want to do, and I don't actually have anything written down. So here's the index for the other collections, and I'm not even sure that I ever updated this when I added collections. After that, I have several pen swatches. My daughter's milestone page is completely blank. My workout programs is completely blank, even though these things have happened. I just didn't remember to come back and use it. A master grocery list, I referred back to some, but I did not transfer this to my new because I didn't use it as much as I thought I was going to. I did, however, move our favorite recipes into my new planner. And then here we just have some monthly bills, which I think I need to update a couple of these. And this is really helpful for me to see several years back. So I go back, I have 2017, 2018, and 2019 bills in here. So I can see kind of trends and things. And then just a couple of other collections. Some helpful things, bills that are annually and bills that are monthly. I have moved these. I also moved these. So the ones that are working for me, the ones that I'm actually filling out and using, I moved to my new planner. I have done some with my fountain pen series. I haven't finished yet. And then I have more swatch pages, and I didn't transfer my swatch pages to my new Avec fonts here. I also didn't transfer my fonts. I have spreads for fonts, but they will be new fonts that I come across that I want to continue with. And then I left a couple of blank pages if I found more fonts. I did not. And then this is something that I do have in my new one, just keeping track of who hosts holidays. It's really hard to remember from year to year who did what, and you don't always want the same person hosting everything. Just you want to help out where you can. So that has been helpful to refer back to. And then I did not get around to writing the Christmas gifts or the Christmas cards sent and received, but I did include that in the next Avec, since Christmas will be coming up before we know it. More swatch pages here. Was getting more brush pens. And then this one I left blank intentionally because I wanted to do a double spread for my Artline sticks. And so I came back, and this is when I was testing out to see if the mild liners actually worked with the stencils, and they did. So that made me really happy. And I think that's my last collection. So I used the entire month of January just about for collections, and I also had set aside February for collections, but it is completely empty. So in my new Avec, I only dedicated 1 month to my bullet journal collections. Now, part of that is that I have separated my collections out. So these are things that are not month specific. I have those together with my dailies, and we will get there in a second. So starting on March 1st, I have January 1st, actually it looks like January 2nd, lists. Now, my daily pages have progressed a lot over the last 6 months. So you will see a big variety in how I was planning daily. So I started very bullet journal, throwing in collections as needed. Here is my editorial calendar, some notes from some meetings, and then some easy meals that I can make just if we don't have a ton of time. Some more daily pages. And you can see here I was using, I should have mentioned that before. This is Distress ink I was playing around with, and I was really having a lot of fun with. I should probably pull that out again. I haven't done that in quite a while. Some more dailies, and I was really loving having 1 week on a 2-page spread so I could see the whole week. However, what that did was limit my space a little bit, so I am changing that going forward. Here I actually only have 2 halves of the week because I never finished, and that's the beauty of bullet journaling too, is that you don't have missing pages in between if you ignore the dates like I do. So just because this says March 3rd, like this is, you know, January 21st. You can make this notebook whatever you want it to be. If you want to have a single page dedicated to every single day, you can sure do that. But I don't love having blank pages in between. Having this whole February blank really makes me sad. And so I ignore the dates and I just kind of go with my own thing. So then here I have February. I did a fun little February thing, and then I just had some shop goals, new releases. I never came back and filled this in more. Editorial calendar again. Expense tracker, this was the first. I didn't do one in January. So then some more shop things, some new releases, and then we had a lot of things going on this weekend, almost a full page. And then this is when I introduced the daily labels in the shop. So I was testing these out and trying them out for myself. And another blank page, I'm not sure what this one was for. I guess if my brain dump filled, like overflowed, I wanted to have this space. But then also mainly I just wanted to have the 2-page spread for 1 week. So I do continue using the daily covers here. And then I did away with my quiet time notebook, and I started just putting it all in one book. So you will occasionally see me having spreads like this where I cover things up just for personal reasons, but these pages are there. So then my big fail of a mood tracker, I did not do anything with this in March. And then just some more dailies, my editorial calendar, my March finance tracker, some more dailies, more quiet time and meeting notes, and some more. Then back to using these daily stickers, more personal notes. This week was a big fail on the daily. I set this whole thing up at the beginning of the week, and that's one of the things that writer Carol, the designer of the not the Hobonichi, the bullet journal, doesn't recommend. He wants you to sit down with your planner at the end of the day and the morning and plan out your next day and not do it all at the beginning like this. And this is one of the reasons why because you might waste pages, but actually it's not as effective if you try and do it all at once. But this was the week that we had a whole lot going on. This was the weekly spread, and so all of this was going on, and I did not keep up with the dailies this week. So then I kind of changed up how I was doing it, and I liked this a lot more. I had more room for tasks, and I had more space to write in them too. This limits it a little bit whenever I was doing these shorter little spaces for to-dos. And then we have April expense tracker, April editorial calendar, which I never went in and drew the boxes for. Some more dailies, and again, a weekend that was very, very busy. It was a new releases weekend, and those are always really busy, but I never actually went in and wrote anything. Some more quiet time and prayer notes, and these I was actually using some of the stickers that I got in my Bohoberry box. Some more dailies, more notes, more dailies, and I was changing up how I was doing this again, so using just the washi tape and no stickers, but the same type of thing. I like having my events over on the side if I have any, and here I was using the mild liners with the Beauty by Starlet stencils this week, and so I was highlighting the events, like the appointment type things, and then these are to-dos. So then we come to May, and I really liked this fun bee honeycomb washi tape that was in the Bohoberry box this week, but I did not use my trackers. I was better than I had been, but I still completely fell off. And then the expense tracker, I used this for a little no spend and wasn't able to fill in as many as I had hoped, but that was kind of fun to have on there. Editorial calendar again. And then I had more of a, I don't know what the word is, bullet journal. You know, if you watch all these cool bullet journal videos, people get really creative with the weekly spreads. And so I did it this way. I liked it, and so I did it again. And I had some notes in between. And then I wanted to change it up, but I didn't love this. It gave me more writing room this way, but I didn't have as many spaces to do to-do lists this way, and so I only did that 1 week. And then I went to doing my to-do list like this, and I did this for quite a while, so you will see several weeks like this. Ignore the ugly gray mild liner. I don't know what I was thinking. But basically I would just put everything that I could think of that I wanted to get done for the week. Some of the things were repeating. Some of the things needed to be done on a specific day, and so I would circle the day that it needed to be done, and other things just happened a couple times of the week. This gave me the flexibility of really just doing whatever I needed to do. So I have my days of the week here, and the day that I completed it, I would put a check mark. Some things, like I said, only got 1 check mark. Other things have several. So you can kind of use this like a habit tracker too, if there's something that you need to be doing every single day. For me, it's orders and going to the post office, except I can't go to the post office on Sunday, obviously. But then there are other things that are, you know, day specific or just once. It doesn't really matter when you get it done, as long as you get it done in the week, that type of thing. So then I wanted to go ahead and put a morning routine down on paper, and so that was really helpful. And here I was just testing out some markers with this washi tape, and I was testing to see if I could use the mile liners with my Tombow Mono drawing pen, and I could not without smearing. So then here's another one of these spreads. And then I have blank pages because I have my music plans here, and I thought that I would have enough room to fit even my June dailies before this, but I didn't. I started doing this and I was liking it, but I wasn't loving it, and so I changed how I was doing that. So then I had a spot for my June, and now my June is very, very bare compared to the other months. I had this really fun washi. I used this pretty much through the whole month. I made this cute little brain dump and didn't use it. I forgot it was there. my June expense tracker, my editorial calendar, a weekly to-do like I was doing, and another one, and you'll see the dates here, the 16th, and then I did, this one was just for the 29th. Didn't get as many things done that day as I had wanted to, and then that's really it. I have a packing list for our trip to Kansas City, and then some ideas for my new planner. Here I was using my Hobonichi stencil. I did here too, but I did it every other line, and I wanted to try it every line, and I am just not a super fine writer. This was with my medium nib Twisby Eco with a pretty wet ink, and so I couldn't have written this small even if I tried. This was with my fine Pilot Vanishing Point, so I was able to write a little bit finer, but it is not my preferred, and so I will definitely continue doing the every other line instead. I just think that with my handwriting, it looks better to have a little bit of space in between each of the bullet points. So then the rest of this is blank. I thought that I would fill up more pages, but I just didn't. In the month of June, I didn't do a whole lot. So I could always come back to this and use it if I needed just random, you know, I didn't want to put it anywhere else type of notes. I have extra paper here, and that doesn't really bother me too much. I'm using this planner for what I think is best at that time, and it changes. And if I have blank pages at the end of the day, then I have blank pages. That's fine with me. Obviously, I don't want, you know, the majority of my planner to be blank, because then I spent all that money for nothing. But it's working for me, and so I'm going to continue. I do have my new planner setup video if you're interested in that, taking a peek into how I plan on planning in the future. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time.